It's starting to look a lot like Christmas. Yes, folks, welcome from the northern Adirondacks. It's 22 degrees out here, snowing, and it is starting to look like Christmas. Behind me is the launch and its hibernation for the winter. And in this video, I'm going to show 5 products in which I would recommend for Christmas for the RV'er in your life. Stay tuned. Ho 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 everybody! Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time watching, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Continue to follow the Adirondack adventure. In this video, I'm going to do the top 5 products for Christmas for the RV'er in your life. And I had to really rack my brains to pick 5 products because there's many more. And as I sat down here, I actually have one product that I don't have in front of me, but I'm going to recommend. Number 6, I don't have in front of me. It's out in my camper. I don't want to trudge through the snow to get it. Is the Camco Power Analyzer Power Surge Protector for your camper. They are fairly cheap. They're 80 bucks. I think you can get them on Amazon for a little bit cheaper, but the 30 amp style that I have has LED lights on it, will light up and tell you whether or not, when you plug in at a campground, whether or not that power pedestal is correctly wired. If it is not, it will tell you that there's a problem before you can plug it into your camper and burn out all the electronics in your camper. Now, a true story on this, several years ago, about 20 years ago, I was at a campground in the Finger Lakes, and 2 sites up from me across the road, a camper plugged in and they electrified their camper. It was an older camper then, so there wasn't a lot of electronics on it to fry, but I didn't touch it, but they told me by touching the door frame of the camper was like touching an electric fence. So devices like this now, with all the electronics in our campers that we have nowadays, are to protect our campers. Now remember, the power coming into your camper is like water on a lake. When it's flat, there's not a lot of problems. When it gets wavy, there can be some problems, and that's what your inverter generators are all about. Inverter generators have a flat, nice power, steady power. When your power starts going all over the place, these Camco power analyzers and power surge units will protect your camper. Now that's my bonus. Now my top 5 that I have used and reference a lot and enjoy. Number 1 is a book. It's a guide to free camping and low-cost campgrounds across the United States. The low-cost part is $12 or less. This is Don Wright's edition 2017. I got this off of Amazon. I think it was right around $18. The nice thing about this book is that it has state to state in it, and it gives you the location, directions, if there's a cost, what they have there, if they don't have anything at all, if they have a fire ring, if they have garbage containers, if they have centralized bathrooms and showers, or a water that you can fill up your tank, a sewer dump, has all that information in here. But one of the features that I like about it is that it tells you the roads getting there. Not the directions, but the road conditions. Because anyone that boondocks, I like to boondock if you follow the channel, a lot of the roads aren't great for a 26-foot camper, and that's what I have. So before I get into a pickle, I like to know what the roads are about, because it's kind of a pain in the ass to back a camper up 3/4 of a mile. So that's one thing about this book that I like, that it tells you the roads going in, if they're steep, if they're windy, if they're narrow, and whether or not you can get in there with a motorhome, with a tow-behind camper, or it's going to take 4-wheel drive. So that's number 5 on the list. It is the guide to low cost and free camping across the United States. If you live in New York, it does not have New York, but there's plenty of sites online that you can go to, whether it's in the Catskills, the Finger Lakes, or the Adirondacks. You know, I bought this book because I plan on a trip across the country, and you know me, low cost. I like to camp more and spend less. That's number 5 on the list. Number 4 on the list, best BEST, Black Streak Remover. Now I bought this. I think the deciding factor to buy this was that it was all natural. There's no chemicals in here, and I've used it on fiberglass side. I've used it on aluminum and different paints and decals, and it hasn't affected it all, but it has effectively removed the black streaks on the camper. And I have done my whole camper. I've gone through many of these bottles. I buy this off of Amazon. $12 a bottle. Highly worth it for me because it works very, very well. This would be a great stocking stuffer for the RV'er in your life. Number 3 on the list is a buddy heater. It's important for somebody who boondocks. When you boondock, you have to conserve your power. You have to be power conscious of what you're using for power. I bought this because I boondock a lot, and also when I'm in the Adirondacks. And like last summer, I was in the Moose River Plains last summer, which is really central Adirondacks. And during the day, it was 83 degrees outside, but it was 38 the first night, 42 the second. The buddy heater comes in great in an RV or a small RV to take the chill off, and you can actually heat your camper with this if you choose to. I did it in October. I was camping in the Adirondacks, and I used it all night one night, and it runs for about 6 hours, a little longer, often low. Often one of these propane containers that you can buy at Walmart. You can get a hose adapter that will fit on here. You can run the hose out the window to a 20 or 40 pound propane bottle. If you're worried about carbon monoxide, I usually have a window cracked in the camper, but I've seen a video where somebody lit one of these in a room and put a carbon monoxide detector in there, ran the whole bottle down, and the carbon monoxide never went up in the room. It does have an O2 sensor on it. If the oxygen starts to get depleted in the room, it'll shut off, and it also has a tip over sensor on it. It was a great product. I bought this at Lowe's. I believe they run anywhere from $80 to $100 at Lowe's, regular price. I bought this at the end of the season in April on clearance for $49. So you can find them around, usually at the end of the season. But for the RV'er in their life, if they're a weekend warrior where they like to boondock, or they go out for a couple weeks and they like to boondock, if you don't have to use the furnace, this is a good way to take the chill off. Number 2 on my list is a Hopkins trailer leveler. This is a neat little device. I saw this on a YouTube channel, and I had bought this through eTrailer. I think it was $23. I think you can get them off on Amazon too. But it has 2 bubble levels in there, one from front to back, one from side to side. You'll also see that it has numbers on each side. There's a little arrow here in the middle. This is your center point. And to get level, you back into your campsite, and this is on your hitch. It has a cover for when you mount it on, and the cover clicks on, and it won't come off until you undo the side of it here. But mine, I don't have mounted to my hitch. After I got it on my hitch, to undo the ball, the locking device can't come back all the way to get off the ball. So I couldn't mount this on my hitch. So what I did was I put 2 pegs in. You can see that has the 2 holes on each side. I put 2 pegs in, and I set this on there when I get to the campsite. Get it on 0, and from side to side, it has the bubbles, and you turn this until that level bubble, is in the middle, and it will tell you how many inches you got to raise up that side of the rig. So it works fairly well because, and it's accurate because I've used this for 2 years, and it has been an awesome unit. Accurate. And this also kind of goes hand in hand with my number 1 product. My number one product, if you're tired of carrying wood around, different sizes, lengths, and everything on your wood, I highly recommend getting the Anderson levelers. The Anderson levelers, now if you have 1 axle, all you need is 1 of these. If you have 2 axles on your rig, you're going to need 2 of these. Please don't try to lift up 1 axle without lifting the other one. And how this works is, when you back into a site, and you get to the spot you want, you can put these behind your tire or in front and pull onto them or back onto them. I usually back in a little extra, then pull onto them. And your tire will come up and this starts to roll back as your tire comes onto it. And you take the other piece and you put it underneath it. And there's your wheel chuck. That's how easy it is. And to get off it, you can either drive forward, drive right off them, or you can back up and they'll come right back up like this. I set up by myself 80% of the time, 85% of the time, and these things, I love them. So much easier, so much easier. And I don't know how much these were. I looked at them online, and for a pair of them, they were anywhere from $80 to $85. I got mine. Santa brought mine last year, so this is my first year with them, and I love them, love them, love them. So I highly recommend. So that is my top 5, with the bonus being the Camco Power Analyzer Power Surge Protector. These products here are for the RV'er in your life that will make their life easier camping. So and cleaning the camper. If you buy any of these products, I don't get anything for them. This is just recommendations from one RV'er to another. I don't get any kind of money or any kind of notice from any of the companies. I'm too small for that. And before I go, I have lots of video footage from this past summer that I will be posting on my channel over the winter. I hope to post 3 videos per month over the winter of my adventures from this past summer. So continue to watch the channel, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Hope everyone has happy Christmas and look forward to camping in the spring. Thanks for watching. Let's go Buffalo.